Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the More Analytics Afternoon S&P 500 Gold and Bitcoin podcast for January 29th, going into the 30th. I'm going to start off with the S&P 500 index. Been bullish overall from 3502, seeing 3,541 to the upside, four rolling over. I'm not going to go over all the other bullish calls in here. It did say decent trade below 69.8783 plus 1.34 per hour will warrant a decent pressure. We broke below that right here, and we got smacked down to 68.9825. I also suggested getting short on a decent penetration below 69.9445 as well. We came down here. We tried to probe below this line, but could not get decent penetration. This is the one that we had the projection from above here. That projection, I said the trade above, basically 69.54 projects us upward 65 minimum, 141 plus maximum. We've attained 89 of that so far. This is going to be shaped to 38, 138 right now. So it's still intact, even though we saw the smackdown from here. So if we get back up and take out this line, that's going to warrant a renewed strength. That's going to come in at 70.2269 plus 1.34 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If we take out these formations down below here, that's going to warrant a decent pressure. That's going to come in at 69.2317 to 69.1925, minus 39 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And a decent break below there should bring in a pretty decent smackdown, likely for 60, 70 handles at a minimum. Decent penetration in there is going to be 30.25 overnight. Okay, and the gold. So a significant smackdown here today. We've been bullish overall since August 16, 2018 from 1183. Seen 4,443.1 per ounce. I'm not going to go over all the other bullish calls in here right now, but I did say in here we are likely in the last stretch of triple time frame moves up with possible exhaustion at 56.1920 and higher. We held that with a actually I had that wrong number right there, 56.2680 high. Sorry, I had a wrong number in there. And we rolled over down to 51.26. We also had additional areas to get short below at 52.6210 plus 11 per hour. And that brought in pressure down to 61.26. Bear with me a minute, I'm just calculating something. We had also broken below this formation, which was bearish, and then back above it, which changed this back to bullish again. Let me just double check one more thing. Okay, this is not considered a decent penetration though, because the volatility had a huge expansion. And a decent penetration at that point would have been 62.3. So I would still short below this line, and we saw a decent break below it. That line's going to come in at 52.23.70. Plus 30 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And a decent penetration in there overnight is going to be 69.6. After the open, it's going to be 62.3. Maintain gap lower tomorrow. We'll leave a minor bearish reversal above. Both of these lines now are no longer useful, so I'm taking them out of here. And in the Bitcoin, I'm not going to go over all the higher time frame stuff right now. The trade below 95, 155 warned of decent pressure likely for days and a possible run for 85,000 minus. So we finally took that out today and we traded down to 83,210. We also had calls for being bearish below 93,005, which projected this downward 5,500 plus, from 92,355, which projected this downward 5,500 plus. And then the trade below 89,425. I bar pressure down to 83,210. Furthermore, we suggested getting short below 86,077. And that's brought in a nice sell-off down into here. If we were to trade back above that line, I'd be out of all shorts long and looking for it to rally for days. That's going to come in at 86,091 plus 2 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A decent penetration in there is going to be 1345 overnight. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast.